Hello again, this is Joni from Fox and Socks Nursery. I'm going to be doing a couple of mottling layers today. The baby that I've been working on is an ethnic baby. I've got her with two, let's see here, sorry about that. I've got her with 2 layers of brown and lots of washes. I've done plain red, a dark wisteria, which is a purple, the sky blue, a warm blush, and a sky blue. And now I'm going to be working on some mottling. So this is for those who are doing just the biracial baby. I probably would not be doing this on a darker ethnic baby. I don't think it would show. So you can go ahead and skip this part if you want. If you're looking for just the biracial part, this would be a very good video. So I've got crimson here, and I'm going to mix it mottling thickness, which is a little bit thicker than a wash. Wash we want thin and transparent, and mottling we want just a little bit more color. Try to get it. This is what I would consider a wash right here. So we're going to go a little darker, and I'm going to put some more in there because I'll end up doing 2 layers. Okay. And as far as my babies go, I do not have a set formula which colors I use. I just go by eye and what I think would look good. And I think with this light brown, crimson color would look really pretty. Darker. You should be able to see the paint, a little bit of residue left over as it slides down. Here, I'll show you again. Let me get a sponge here. This is an older sponge. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So we've got it mixed up. Oops, sorry guys. We got it mixed up, and I want you to see that it does leave a little bit of paint behind. That's the thickness I'm talking about. And if you want to see it on a paper towel, it would look like this. So it's definitely bold enough to see, but not so thick that it's gonna not look subtle. I've got a friend, her name's Emily. She has her own YouTube channel. It's called Reborns, and I am going to put that link in the description of this video because she has several videos, and one of them is how to make mottling brushes, or sponges, I'm sorry, mottling sponges. So I would suggest popping over there and seeing what she has. She has other videos as well. So Emily, hopefully you'll get more traffic. If you like her videos, go ahead and like the ones that you see, and please subscribe to her channel. It's Emily again on Eborns, and I'm going to be posting that link in the description so you guys can follow her as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. And in case you're wondering, I have a lot of sponges that I've used. See, lots of colors. I go ahead and keep them. I don't make new ones every time unless I need to. So I'm trying to get the sponge to soak up the color. And I'm not pressing very hard. Because I don't want to put a whole lot of color on the baby, so I'm not going to press very hard. I'm going to start with the face. And this will warm her up, give her some texture. Now with my babies, I do mostly mottling to give it color, but with my ethnic babies, I do a lot of washes too, so it's about 50-50. For biracial, with the darker skin, I wouldn't do as many mottling layers, just because they don't show with the dark brown. Okay, so I'm pouncing lightly, making them purposeful. And I will be doing another layer. It'll be eyelid purple in the Genesis. And after I get that done, I will be working on the blue and purple shade. So stay tuned. You'll have more videos to help you out. Okay, this is pretty light, so I'm definitely going to be putting another layer, and I'll probably make that second layer a little darker, just because I want it to show more. And if you can see, I turn my sponge this way and that. I want you to be able to see that there's not a pattern. I mean, some people do a pattern, but I don't. I don't like any particular pattern. I like the random. Oh my goodness. Somebody must be here. My dogs are going crazy. Okay. So I'm going to try to hurry. Put that on there. Hopefully, they won't be too loud. May have to end this video and then start again with the eyelid purple. Okay. I'm having trouble keeping on camera. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Do a foot. I'm going to do the whole thing, lips, palms, and soles. This helps add to the color of the lighter areas. When I make my videos, you could probably hear my dogs in the background, so I do apologize if it's too much, if it's too loud. I'll get that sponge right up next to the back of the knee as possible. I think my daughter is home, so the dogs may be really loud here in a minute. So basically, all the modeling is going to be the same. You're going to turn your sponge this way and that. Get it on there. I don't know if you can see. You see the pattern. Part of the reason I like the sponge in random spots is whenever you do the second layer, it's not right on top. I mean, you probably wouldn't put it right on top, but there's a better chance it wouldn't be. Always blot a little bit so I don't get stuck with a whole bunch of color when I pounce it. I don't want too much color. Little fuzzies. Okay. Just gonna go back over it real quick to make sure I've got all the... I don't know if you can see that right there, but I did not get the last layer of brown on there very well, so it's gonna be a lighter spot, unfortunately. Sometimes I don't don't make perfect babies. I don't make perfect babies, and I miss sometimes. Well, that's okay. Babies aren't perfect. In case you're wondering, I have been painting babies for 4 years. I started in March of 19. And the reason I started was I was going to save my money to buy a really nice one. And then I thought, hey, I could paint them. I used to paint dolls with my mom back in the day when porcelain dolls were really popular. And I figured, hey, if I could do a porcelain baby, I could do a vinyl baby. So, and that's one of the reasons I do Genesis. It's oil-based. We used China paint. And yes, it was lead-based, which was not healthy. And it went into a kiln. Again, the fumes were not healthy. But that's where I'm moving stuff, guys. Hang on. That's where I learned to paint. And then as far as the rest, since vinyl is different than porcelain, I watched various YouTube videos, and I could not name them right now off the top of my head, but the beginner ones, and then a lot of the things that I've done, I've learned on my own, like color correction. I used a coloring wheel, or color wheel, whatever you call it, and I have one for skin tones too, which is pretty cool. It takes a while to get better. I've made lots of mistakes. I still make mistakes. Ooh. Got a little crazy there, didn't I? I still make mistakes on my babies, but that's okay. Like I said, babies are not perfect. I'm still learning, and though I think I do really well. I know if I rooted hair, it would probably sell more babies, but I absolutely hate rooting. Okay. I'm going to go back over the head again. Actually, I'm going to add some more paint to make it just a little darker, because I want the mottling to show subtle, but still show. And when you look at your baby, when it bakes, it's going to bake lighter. So you definitely want it to show, get it a little darker. It's a little darker. Off camera, I'm sorry. I have to bring the camera up a little bit. Hang on, let me bring the camera up a little. Maybe down too low. I'll try that. Okay. You've got one side a little darker than the other. I'll have to look at it when it dries a little bit. Try to get it as close to the back of the ear as you can. I'm just going to hit it randomly. So I want it to darken just a little. Little fuzzies. Not quite as dark as the other side. Part of the reason why that was is because I loaded the brush again, or the sponge again, so it had more paint on there. So keep that in mind when you're modeling. The more paint you add, the more paint will be on here. Even when you dab it off, it'll still be more. Okay, oops. Making sure I've got everything. This is going to look really pretty since she has a nice warm skin tone anyway. I don't know if you can see the first layer on there or not. I can, it looks nice. But I want it to be just a little darker. If you're starting out painting, or if this is your first ethnic baby, or maybe your third or fourth ethnic baby and you've been having trouble, go ahead and leave a comment, and you can ask a question if you have any, and I'll do my best to help you out. You can also find me on Facebook. I am Fox and Socks Reborns. And I also have a nursery page called Fox and Socks Reborn Doll Nursery. The reason I added doll in there is I had people asking me how much I charge per hour for babies, as in they thought I was an actual nursery and I babysit children, which I found funny. Okay. Okay. I was saying earlier, another really pretty color would be eyelid purple. Kind of cool it down a little bit, but it also has some red properties in there, so it's kind of a well, it would be cooling it down compared to this color, but it would still be a warm color. Okay, hang on a second. I've got a dog that keeps bumping my elbow. She wants to go out. Okay, cool. Oh, you can't. Hang on, guys. I do apologize. I need to let my daughter's dogs in and then let my dog out. Hey, come on. Couldn't get the other dog in, but that's okay. Maybe they can play together. I forgot where I was before I let the dogs out. And I just kind of look over this real quick. Ooh. There we go. Try to get up as close to that flange as you can. You don't want it to be without color there. And I missed a spot right there with the brown too. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like a triangle. Okay. So this would be a good reminder for you to double check your limbs before you bake them, before you're done putting the color on each limb. I will try to keep that in mind with the next baby, and definitely with the next layer. So far this one's better than the last ethnic baby. I made more mistakes on that one. The more color you put on it, like the darker the brown, the more area for mistakes. Chance for mistakes. Because the darker you put on, the more it shows your flaws. Like I was saying, the more layers of brown that you put on, the darker the baby gets, and it will show flaws more. That's what I meant to say. Oh, since the last video, I did go through and redo the creases. I added the Flesh 03 to the creases, and I put those on. Her creases were looking like they needed a little help. And you have to remember to start off slow. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And I started shading the knuckles. I don't know if you can tell, but I wanted those to look subtle and not smeared on there super fast. So, and it does take a while for those to show very well. So I would suggest doing them as you go. Even if you want the baby darker, because the hands are going to be lighter than the rest of the baby anyway. And the feet too. And in case you're wondering, when you do your washes, you're going to do the whole baby. And when you do your mottling, you're going to do the whole baby. So like palms and soles of feet. So this stays, this will also get darker. It won't be brown, but it'll be darker, more of a skin tone. And then you will add the blushing to the fingertips and the palm and such. And it will be very pretty. Okay. If you would like to let this dry and add a third coat, you're very welcome to. I'm going to let it dry and bake it. So, next video you're going to see me doing the eyelid purple modeling layer. So, and I will put the blank kit next to the painted kit so you can see how much it's changed. Okay, hope these videos are helping you guys. Okay, have a good one.